Я хотела бы передать слово Ростовцеву Андрею Африкановичу.
And I want to now to pass the mic to our next speaker, Andrey Rostovtsev, represents the free online community Dissernet. First of all, I wanted to express my gratitude to the organizers of the conference for the invitation and for this chance to speak about our latest achievements. I will talk about plagiarism of table data and the Dissernet experience that we acquired on the way. As you know, for quite a lot of time, Dissernet was looking for plagiarism in dissertations, monographies, texts. It turned out that the volume of plagiarism in text was huge, dozens of thousands of theses that were presented in Russia and that were used to get a degree contained plagiarism. Here you can see the distribution among different sciences, and we can see that economics is in the first place by far. It is almost half of all the cases. Then pedagogics and law, and then all the other sciences.
Потом вернемся. Let's remember that and then get back to that later. С введением широкого использования программ with the start of the large use of anti-plagiat tools and others, количество диссертаций с plagiarism detection tools, the синенькая такая диаграмма, the number of в 2012-2013 году начинает резко снижаться и практически published in index journals по сравнению с тем, что было has drastically decreased. We can see that by 12-13 the плагиаты сыграли в этом number of articles то есть тащить чужой текст. Это стало просто настолько видно. Using someone else's plagiarized text became very obvious, and people became more aware of that. What kind of methods people do use? Вот тащат чужой текст. We can see that people reuse someone else's text, searching for synonyms or становится видно. Changing the phrasing and the digital tools become more and more refined, and they can detect even cases of hidden plagiarism. The paraphrasing, they can be also detected. However, осталась еще такая область. There's still an area which is not very often involved in anti-plagiat. Численных результатов работы. I speak here about the plagiarism of numbers, of the quantitative research. Когда you can see on the slide в диссертациях и в научных публикациях several examples. Basically, numbers are presented in charts in Ph.D. papers, and you can see that the numbers are same, but the definitions are completely different. Кондитерские изделия изменяются. You can see that in the first chart. На литры пива. Все, значит, the numbers indicate sweets, and in the second chart they concern beer production. Фабрикация данных. So the data is completely fictive here. Такое явление, как фабрикация данных на чужих таблиц. People fabricate data based on someone else's charts. Ну, из головы выдумать свои новые цифры. You can invent your own numbers, right? But still, sometimes new your own numbers do not logically apply to the subject of the text.
Параметры крови,
If you discuss blood features of sheep, while you write about fish, then professionals from the area can detect that. This is why people tend to use previously published numbers to support their own evidence.
Такое явление, как
This is why
один раз, если таблица результаты опробованы,
if one chart has been published once, it can be reused multiple times and be involved in serial publication.
количественных результатов.
Sometimes the text can be original, not plagiarized, but
собаками через год это овцематки.
The chart can be sadly reused, and I present here on the slide only the part of the result, but these reused charts can travel through books and conference publications, etc.
Еще с чем мы столкнулись?
Another
как маскировка
thing that we faced a lot
плагиата в числах
is the hiding of plagiarism in numbers. While numbers are slightly changed,
В частности, значит, меняются
for
в
example,
результате некого алгоритма, который человек руками просто взял и поменял.
they are changed using the manual algorithm.
Погрешностей
For example,
единицы.
you can see here that
единица. Или
in some lines, one is added in one chart compared to another. On the right, you can see the original chart, the earlier one, and on the left, you can see the plagiarized chart using the original one.
И если это обработка, это какой-то алгоритм,
if this reprocessing is made using the algorithm, and people, they tend to use algorithms.
Это минимизирует затраты какие-то.
It makes you more productive. You spend less time and less effort. When you have an algorithm, you can be easily detected by a machine because algorithms differ consistently from random changes.
Здесь приведена статистика.
On this slide, you can see the statistics presenting the hierarchy, presenting the Ph.D. Plagiarism cases,
Значит, эти таблицы списаны.
using different types of chart plagiarism. For example, the most common case is when charts are copied with the text as they are. We have
Мы насчитываем тысячи.
Thousands of similar cases in Russian plagiarized PhD thesis.
Вот идут
Another type of cases when charts are presented as they are, without the text. The text and the essence of the data is changed. Dogs are interchanged with ships, etc.
И таких это насчитывает.
We account for hundreds of cases like that in our collection. And finally,
числа меняются
the type when
ручным способом.
Numbers are changed manually using an algorithm, masking, hiding the plagiarism.
Расстояние Левенштейна.
We use the Levenshtein distance
То есть, если мы берем
This is the
какое-то число, то в
indicator
этом числе, если расстояние равно единице,
citing
то
the
это значит, что либо
difference between
добавили в этом числе
two
одну цифру, либо удалили одну цифру.
sequences of numbers or
Соединили,
symbols. It means
цифру
that if a person adds one in every second
с
indicator,
таким
then
с
it might
минимальным
be
расстоянием,
there might be an
равным
algorithm at work.
единицы, такие, так сказать, изменения, они ищутся. И
And these kind of changes can be detected by tools.
Когда расстояние равно нулю, то есть таблицы, числа в таблицах не меняются.
They are very common.
Вот, и здесь мы с удивлением узнали, что
Surprisingly, we learn
более часто встречается в диссертациях по экономике
that text plagiarism is most commonly encountered in economy, legal, and pedagogics papers, while data plagiarism is most commonly seen in medicine, veterinary, and agriculture.
Диссертации, то
If we examine medical papers and dissertations,
в первую очередь
we can
это замена лекарственных препаратов.
see the names of
результаты
a medicine replaced.
результаты, значит, введения.
If a person takes research results for one medicine and use it to present another medicine, while the results are the same, the dosage, etc., and the influence and impact on the condition, the stats, everything.
Понятно, что никакой работы не было. Это просто.
And it is clear that there has been no work
Не знаю, возможно, это
behind the paper. Maybe these papers can be
случай.
ordered by pharmaceutical companies. Another case is when conditions in the paper are replaced,
что тоже кажется
which is rather
неприятным.
obvious and nasty. And finally, the interchange of the patient groups. When you study something on a group of patients,
там медработникам, да?
For example, among medical workers,
пациенты, там,
but you use it to describe
дорожники, например.
Railroad workers.
Пример был.
For example, I had the case like that in my practice.
Большая проблема, это фабрикация.
This is an important challenge.
Не проводились.
Publication of fictitious research, but another maybe most important challenge is the way how dissertation the see these kinds of breaches. These are all professionals who are part of various councils, and we started
по таким кейсам, когда сфабрикованы результаты
letters about relieving people of their
к сожалению, диссертационные советы
scientific degrees, but sadly dissertation councils do not listen to us. They tend
там 3 таблицы. Это же такой маленький процент от всего диссертации. Поэтому,
people authorize
ему оставить ученую
violations.
Наплагиатил.
They do not see these violations as something.
Отчасти они правы, потому что по положению ВАК
and partly they are correct.
Мы можем лишать степени.
According to the present rules, we can relieve someone from their degree only for plagiarism.
В общем-то, диссертаций, она,
but the publication of someone else's dissertation is not considered plagiarism to our present legislation.
что никакого исследования не было, что здесь все наврано.
And of course, people understand that there was no research, the results are being plagiarized, but they still authorize this kind of publication and activities behind those people.
Этот процесс только начался. Вот
We are still in the beginning of our work. We
после этого все пойдет.
Received several letters stating that our claims have been declined, but we hope to go higher up the ladder and to continue. Thank you very much for your attention.